Gator Framework Studio in Music City. It's the Dining at Disney podcast.
Another thing about good food, it brings folks together, all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I am Kristen. For those of you new to the show, we talk all about everything dining at Disney, whether it's the parks, the cruises, or anything else. I have been to over 100 visits to the Disney parks, and I've dined at nearly every single restaurant. Last but not least, I am also a travel expert. So, yes. Aljon, what about you?
Hey, I'm just here. And I like food, and I like the Disney parks, and also super geeky, and I run the controls here. So I'm happy to be here. Kat?
I'm Kat. I'm an experiential producer. I'm a film historian. I'm just so very tired.
I know the feeling.
It's been a long life. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell someday. I missed you guys last week. I thought I was having food poisoning, but it really was an allergic reaction to something that continued for longer than it should have.
I
was very upset, but I'm glad to be back this week, even if I look like I got hit by a truck.
That doesn't sound good. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm hoping that you are feeling much better this week.
I am definitely not having difficulty breathing this week, but I am still so very tired.
Oh boy. I'm sorry to hear that.
We're getting through it. We're getting through it.
Oh.
You guys ready for your vacay?
Oh boy, I can't wait. Can't wait.
Let's see.
Not
How
next
many
week,
more
but
days?
The week after, right?
Yeah, it's the week after. Yep.
Countdown is on.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, actually, now that I'm looking at the date.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be really cool. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. But
I gotta start packing.
Well, it should be fun, and we are trying feverishly to book things for the fam. So we're going to take it slow. We're going to have fun. The kiddos hopefully will have fun. And, it's all about them, really. If we can get a couple of adult brides in there, that's fine too, but I'm not holding my breath.
Hey.
I say we do the parent swap.
Yeah.
Okay, we can certainly try that. And I will, now that we have tablets for the kiddos, that might be the time that we break them out just for that. I don't know. I don't want to, but it's going to be difficult because the kids are going to want to do stuff. And when
I'm going to feed them instead.
You're going to feed them instead.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to sit somewhere where there's food that they like while
you see it's just
we do the parent swap thing.
It's just the two of us. I have a feeling you're gonna go and I'm just gonna have to stay with the kids, and that's okay because I don't mind. I just know how they are. They're gonna be running crazy, and daddy needs to hold them tight and say, you will stay with me, please. But anyway, it should be interesting. I am just looking forward to just hanging out, having fun, and having my daddy drink on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the best?
I'll be ready for a drink, considering right now I'm not doing any drinking.
That's true. Yes. But you're healthy, and that's good.
Yeah,
Truly.
so Kat, I am doing a different version of that detox thing that I did before.
Okay.
So I'm not giving up fruit, and I'm not giving up dairy.
Good.
But I am giving up sugar, alcohol, and all carbs. So I'm going to do that all the way up till vacation.
Yeah. Sorry to have been chomping on rice crackers right before we got on.
No, that's good. I'm
I
think I'm going to go buy a bag to have
They're
on the
so
19th.
Good. They're so good.
It'll be a great,
an easy snack.
It'll be great in the car.
We've been trying to eat healthier around this house. It's been difficult though because I am not used to cutting out certain foods out of the diet, so I'm left hungry, and it's not a good feeling, but it's okay. I'm working.
Yeah, I've had cereal for every meal for the last 4 days, so I'm a bad example of eating period.
So what kind of cereal do you get?
I like Cheerios.
Cheerios are gluten-free?
Cheerios are gluten-free. Honey Nut Cheerios are gluten-free, and so are protein Cheerios, which are also very delightful.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
'Cause
usually notice those kinds of labels on boxes, but I've never paid attention to that.
Because we get them for the kids.
Yeah.
It's not like you eat it. You eat.
Yeah, I've never liked Cheerios.
I don't mind.
I love a
the
Cheerio.
Cheerios.
I love a Cheerio. I'm a weirdo.
You know what I wish I could eat that I actually have behind me?
Boy, you have some cereal behind you?
No, I don't.
Peeps.
Look what
Oh my
flavor they are.
God, cotton
For
candy
heaven's
Peeps.
sake.
I
Did
just
they
My
do-
noticed
mother
they
would
were
die.
back there.
Are they still any
So
good
cute.
because you got them for Easter?
They're Peeps.
I don't know.
Do Peeps,
It's a
do
mar-
Peeps go bad?
No.
I
Gotta
don't
make
think
sure
they
no.
go
that
bad.
marshmallows, the marshmallows can go stale, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what you do? You put them in your microwave.
Okay.
And then they get all soft and gooey, and there you go. You can eat them.
She's got a
Okay.
solution for
I should not have asked. Anyway,
I guess
well,
we should get into the food discussion. To kick things off, we're going to talk about the fact that Disney Springs is bringing back Flavors of Florida, which I'm always excited to see. I love the different foods that are featured for this.
Mm-hmm.
So this year it's going to take place June 27th through August 10th. So I'm going to catch the beginning of it. I'm very excited. They have a thing where there's going to be a culinary series that's hosted by Kroger Delivery. And there's a pairing event headlined by the Disney Spring Chefs. Also, there'll be more than 90 delicious menu items inspired by Florida cuisine from the 45 plus locations. Isn't it crazy to think there are more than 45 places in Disney Springs to get food?
yeah.
So crazy.
It's cool though. I mean, not everything's a restaurant though. We have so many different carts and little restaurants and things like that. So
Oh, yeah.
it's not too shabby.
So the where you can learn from the Disney Springs chefs, this weekly culinary series is going to take place on select Fridays through the summer, and it's going to showcase the skills and creativity used to craft this year's menu items. Registration will be required. It is free, so all you have to do is sign up to get your spot. I don't know if I don't think there's no. There is not details like a link yet where you can sign up, but hopefully soon we'll be seeing that. Disney Spring experts are also going to be hosting dinners featuring cocktails, wine, beer pairings with flavors inspired by the Sunshine State. Reservation will be required for the pairing events as well. And at time of registration, you will make your payment. Let's see. So there's going to be new menu items this year, of course. Some returning is going to be the St. Augustine Datilli Pepper Fritas. That's going to be at the Daily Poutine. It's a crispy pork dish that features datil pepper sauce and Florida Hearts of Palm slaw. There's beer cheese crafted from the Sunshine Stroll Orange Pilsner. Aljon, you were showing that picture a minute ago, so that's cool. Also, you're not going to want to miss this, and this is something that our son, I know, is going to want this because, it looks amazing. It is the orange bird cone at Swirls on the Water. This is Dole Whip orange in an orange cone topped with sprinkles, and it has a white chocolate piece. That's the little orange bird decor. So it's cute. He's going to like it. He loves the color orange. He loves to eat oranges. So I think he's going to be all about this. I'm very excited about this. We'll definitely be hitting this up before we come back home.
I'm all about the orange myself. I think I shall have one.
It looks good.
Yeah.
The bad thing is, right now, not eating ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Really, that Dole Whip looks even better.
I forgot to tell you, Kristen. Guess who's got a bag of gelato of assorted flavors waiting for him at the office freezer?
You have to bring it home.
I am bringing it home. So, Kat, one of my team members, his wife is a gelato chef, and so every now and again we'll bring gelato that's about ready to expire, and clean out their freezer. And
Yeah.
so it's like little pints of all the different flavors of gelato they make. And it's like gourmet gelato.
It's so
really
good.
It's really good.
Oof.
So
Sounds good.
needless to say, we have little treats that come home every few months. So it's exciting.
Jealous.
Yeah, it's nice. Anywho.
So Kat's going to talk about 13 banana bites.
Yes. Okay. I don't do TikTok, but apparently this is a TikTok thing.
Okay.
Savannah Bananas baseball team, they do TikToks.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this, but they apparently are a baseball team, and instead of playing baseball or along with playing baseball, they also do dances. I don't know. I don't really understand.
Okay.
I feel like I'm too old to understand, which is totally fine. But they were at Disneyland, and in honor of their Disneyland parade and video making, dancing, baseball, whatever, there is a list of banana treats for us all to try. These are not special for these guys. These are available all the time, but I don't really think anybody thinks about banana flavored things a lot, So
no,
let's start.
I don't think so. But
Right? Like, it's banana. You don't think about that.
you know what I will say? Because you don't see like a lot of banana candy.
No.
There's candy has a handful of flavors that you always see, like cherry, lime, orange, lemon.
Yeah.
Banana
Apple.
is a
one
rarely
of them.
one.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, I like taffies, Laffy Taffy. Their banana is actually my favorite.
So good. So good. Well, here's some other delicious sounding banana things that you can find at Disneyland. I'm starting with the brown butter banana upside down cake at the
please.
Blue Bayou restaurant.
That looks good.
It's soaked in bananas Foster sauce and garnished with candied walnuts and vanilla ice cream. Sign me up. One of my favorites, the banana split at Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor.
I don't even remember the last time I had a banana split.
Yeah.
I may need
It
to have one.
includes vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream topped with strawberries, pineapple, hot fudge, fresh banana, chopped nuts, whipped cream, and a cherry.
Legit.
This is going to pop up again later on in our talk today, but it is inspired by the past as part of the Disneyland Resort 70th.
So good.
Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree's new menu includes a banana pudding. It's bananas, whipped cream, crushed wafer cookies, dulce de leche, and toffee.
Nice.
Yes, please.
Speaking of banana candy,
Mm.
a banoffee tart at the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe. It's a graham shell filled with layer of dulce de leche, banana diplomat cream, and fresh bananas topped with vanilla bean chantilly and toffee bits.
Okay, these toffee bits, they're like that and the dulce de leche. Like, okay.
Drusily
Sign
goodness.
me up for that.
Over at Harbor Galley, along with your 12-hour wait chocolate chip cookies, you can get banana dip, which looks to be frosting, I hope. It's either frosting or acrylic paint, one of the two. If you're watching this, my commentary is better.
It looks like mustard.
It does look like mustard.
It looks like those,
why are you going to dip cookies in mustard?
looks like those paint videos on YouTube where they just squeeze a bunch
Doesn't
of...
it look like acrylic paint?
Yeah.
It looks like acrylic paint.
It could be for the
Anyways.
photos,
Seriously.
Kat, you've done it before. You've doctored that stuff.
Yeah. Cereal milk is really Elmer's glue. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, why not?
The tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
I want to try this one, the banana snowball. So snowballs are new to the Royal Street Veranda, and they're New Orleans inspired snowball, so snow cone with house-made banana syrup.
Wow.
It's refreshing.
I bet that's nice.
Yeah. Over at DCA, you can find a banoffee pie cold brew at the Cappuccino Cart.
Nice.
It's butterscotch cold brew. It's topped with banana cold foam and garnished with cocoa shavings.
That
Sounds
Okay.
really good.
That can't be bad.
Yeah.
It sounds
sign me
good.
up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Another new for the 70th celebration, the banana split churro near Goofy Sky School. It's a classic churro rolled in chocolate sugar with banana sauce and vanilla sauce, and of course a cherry on top.
Down.
Okay, this next one is like so cute.
Yes.
The Oswald Sundae at Clarabelle's hand scooped ice cream.
Oh,
It's vanilla and chocolate ice cream served in a waffle cup topped with whipped cream, hot fudge, chocolate morsels, cherries, and a chocolate dipped frozen banana.
very cute.
I will say,
So
Dave
cute.
Bossert, my podcast co-host, go
Of
and
course.
try the Oswald split there
Yeah.
Sundays. Nice.
Absolutely. Over at Cozy Cone Motel number 1, you can get the banana conanza. Love that. It's a classic churro topped with banana cream and crust dust, which I'm really hoping is like pie and not something else. At Smoothies, their classic strawberry banana sensation is available. You can also get it with alcohol. Can't go wrong.
I like that.
Sounds like a good rum drink.
Yeah, for real. And of course, at all the fruit carts, you can always find just your regular old run-of-the-mill banana. You can't go wrong with a banana. It's high in potassium.
It just seems like awfully expensive to buy
A banana there? Yeah, no, you're right.
You know, like go to Kroger and get it for like 59 cents.
Get them
get them and put them in your bag.
Yeah, get them. Or, you're at the hotel resort, go ahead and stock up on them there at the resort.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you're looking to splurge, you can always get a frozen one.
Me gusta.
The ODVs have frozen bananas dipped in chocolate, and I do love a frozen banana dipped in chocolate.
Me too. So good.
Yeah.
Frozen banana, they've got the pineapple. I mean, I'm down.
With the chocolate?
Yes. So good.
Well, that's it. That's all the banana things we could think of or find or make up. So if you're into banana and you're at the Disneyland Resort,
very nice.
Go wild.
All right, gang. Well, from bananas, let's go bananas over these new Figment Disney snack canvas bags over at Walt Disney World. Once again, it's good merch. So I encourage everybody to check out this screen. If you haven't, if you're not checking our show out on Spotify, you should. So here they are, Canvas Loungefly backpacks featuring Figment and, of course, the Disney snacks. Kristen, I think Kristen and Kat, this is right up your alley.
I want this. I really like, and I like the color too.
Yeah.
I want that snack backpack. I love me some Figment, and purple's, one of my favorite colors. But that like mint green with all the little snacks on it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it's got the snacks on the liner inside, I'm like, okay, I think I need that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like that a lot. In fact, you talked about the liner. The photos courtesy of WDW News Today. There's the Figment liner inside. Very nice indeed. Nice stitching. And I will also note that we have the snacks on the side of the backpack as well. And as Kristen alluded to, there's the look of the interior lining, which has snacks inside. At least a snack photo inside. So that's nice. So they're available right now. Check them out. They're, $80 street price? So There you go. Mini backpacks for you and yours. Please check them out. Available at Disney Springs over there at the Disney store.
The World of Disney.
World of Disney, yes. So check that out. All right, gang. So we go from that. And then, to boot, we have Cheshire Cafe Dining at Disney Pin, or Dining Pin. I said Dining at Disney Pin, for heaven's sake.
I know, because you just swapped out, at with.
Dining with Disney, well, there you go. So anyway, it's cool, y'all. Once again,
I need that.
The pics.
It's adorable.
Once again, WDW News Today picture. Thank you for that. Very cool stuff. They're $22.99 for this limited edition pin. Dining with Disney, of course, celebrating the pin tradition. 25 years of Disney pins, y'all.
Isn't that crazy?
They're only going to be 2,500 pins printed or manufactured, so it's great. Of course, the entire monthly series has been inspired by different restaurants, of course. Ohana, Pizza Rizzo, Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, and Chef Mickey. So this is just one of many. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll be able to find one and hopefully complete your collection, which is always great if you have that collection mentality, which a lot of you do if you're listening to this program. Chances are you're a collector of something. If that wasn't enough, we have the Skipper's Adventure mug as well. So I will check this out. Have you guys seen this Skipper's mug?
It's gorgeous.
I want it, but I don't know about the price for it.
Well, we're going to get into that, of course. So Skipper's Adventure mug releases 2 new drinks over at Trader Sam's. And there's a misprint at Trader Sam's Grotto. Is that right?
I don't know.
That's what it
It
says.
says Enchanted Tiki Bar.
Oh my goodness, really? Wow. Well, they're $75. Okay, so it comes with a choice of a Paradox Punch or Denial of Libations, and you can certainly check that out as well. And yep, on the very bottom, it does say the print on the back. It does say manufactured exclusively for Trader Sam's Grotto by Tiki Farm Inc. of San Clemente. And there you have it. So we have that. And if you didn't see the box
Misprint on the box.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's cool though, right? And of course,
I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, Trader Sam's.
Yeah.
But it's fine, The top of the box, it says Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. That's the one at Disneyland Resort, of course. The ceramic mug is a blue ombre reminiscent of water, the backside or front side, of course. So pretty nice.
You know what probably happened is they probably have it for both, and what happened is they put it shipped the wrong shipment.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Maybe.
Yeah. It happens. Of course, you could go ahead and order those while supplies last. You can also, of course, get the Paradox Punch. It comes with that particular drink. If you haven't checked that out, it's Ford's Gin, grapefruit and lime juices, coconut cream, passion fruit, mint, and bitters. And the Denial of Libations, which is Lyre's Pink London non-alcoholic spirit, grapefruit, lime juice, and coconut cream and passion fruit. It's fun, and I'm a big fan of those mugs. So get them while you can. I'm a big fan. Well, gang, once again, it is that time of the week. Kristen, it is now time for the Disney Travel Deal. What is it this week?
Oh, we are going to be talking about a deal for Walt Disney World.
I like it.
You can save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels when you stay 5 nights or longer. So you can save up to 30%. And this is going to be for the dates of August 1st to 11th, August 24th to September 14th, September 28th to the 11th. If you are staying August 12th to the 23rd or September 15th to the 27th, the discount will be up to 25%. So a little bit less if you stay the other dates. But I mean, you have from August 1st all the way to October 11th to travels.
There you go. Well,
Not bad.
Not too shabby. I encourage everyone within earshot, please book your next Disney trip. We've got Disney Adventures by Disney, Disney Cruise Line, or any cruise line for that matter. Of course, Royal Caribbean has got great deals, as well, of course, as Disney Cruise Line. And of course, if you're down with the Disney Park stateside, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Kristen is your hookup. Where can people email you for their free quote and to save a ton of money?
They can contact me at Kristen@MagicalJourneysTravel.
All right. We're down with the travel deal. And now, Kristen?
Yes. So it has been announced that there will be a new section coming to Walt Disney World. So it's going to be called Piston Peak National Park.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, is this going to be replacing Frontierland?
No, it's filling
Or
in all
is
of the
it-
space that Tom Sawyer's Island and the Rivers of America took. That's all empty. It's going to be completely emptied out and demolished.
Got it. Yes. Okay. This makes sense because I was like, see me a little confused about it. I don't know
Yes.
why. I think because I'm just tired.
No, it's because this map is very misleading.
I think this is gonna be is gonna be cool. It's gonna be cars. So it'll be
It's gonna be
interesting to
cars.
see. I'm wondering what kind of restaurants we might see.
Yeah.
I would think they've got to come up with something different than they have at Disneyland, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. Like, Disneyland is all 1950s neon. This is like parking. Bing. Am not okay. I feel like it has to have like that outdoorsy,
It's very
national
Frontierland.
parky. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get more barbecue. Honestly, I have to say this right now, and like if they use this idea, I want my 10%. if we don't get like, do you remember at Halloween last year when they did the s'mores for Ghostbusters that were shaped like the Marshmallow Man?
Yes.
Do you remember? If we don't get like a Cars shaped s'more in this area, it's going to be a huge miss.
I agree.
Like, it's camping, Frontierland with the park range. You got to do it. Come on.
Well, shall we read a little bit about this, gang?
Yes.
From the blog, okay? Since the early days of Magic Kingdom, adventurous guests have traveled across space and time, note that, as they pass from Liberty Square to Frontierland, starting with architectural influences from upstate New York and colonial America in Liberty Square, before traveling to a very fun concert in the northern woods, a stop by New Orleans at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and ending at Arizona Bluffs at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. At the heart of all these stories are heroic characters with a belief in themselves that help forge a path to their dreams to continue this journey in great American storytelling. Piston Peak National Park will be part of the largest expansion in the history of Magic Kingdom. So, yeah. So inside Piston Peak, guests will be able to see and explore the Visitor Lodge, Ranger Headquarters, trails, and more, all set within the Disney Pixar Cars universe. To make sure these buildings fit naturally within the surroundings of majestic landscapes, Imagineers are using a style of architecture called parkitecture, which was developed by National Park Service in order to create structures that harmonize with the natural environment. Trees will provide natural barriers between Off-Road Rally and other parts of Frontierland and Liberty Square. Rugged mountains with dramatic peaks will be nestled along calming waterways across from Grizzly Hall, and soaring geysers from the famed Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will stretch into trails of Off-Road Rally, which I'm sure is going to be like Cars, right, over there at Disneyland. And there you go. The first ever land inspired by Disney villains. So this is just right around the bend too, right? So Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, Liberty Square Riverboat will be closed July 7th. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad.
Well, we have to take the kiddos over there.
It's an end
Get
of
some
an,
pictures.
Yeah.
I'll have to actually bring the camera this trip, which will be interesting.
It's an end of an era, and you can see here from the map, you can see Big Thunder Mountain looming in the background and Tiana's Bayou Adventure and all that stuff. But then you get to see what Tom Sawyer's Island will become. Right. So, of course, after July 7th, of course, construction will start commencing. Of course, Imagineers are hard at work beyond Big Thunder Mountain Railroad to bring life the first ever land inspired by Disney villains, with 2 major attractions, dining and shopping, all in an incredibly twisted grand scale, of course. Later this summer, Disney Starlight will grace the streets of Magic Kingdom with its grand debut July 20th, of course, and the Beacon Barrel will welcome pirates of all ages. So, interesting.
I have 2 things to say.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, that car is named Ranger J. Audubon Woodlore, and I love him. Secondly, this map, and I could be reading too far into it, which I tend to do. This map, in my opinion, implies that the entrance to this villain's land might be behind Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Just the way that this image is laid out. If you see the weird way the path forks to the right.
Yes.
Which is an interesting choice.
I'm down
but
with
using
it.
Haunted Mansion as a gateway to a villain's land, it's not what I would have thought of, but it's an interesting gate.
Yeah, and I can see it kind of transitioning, as you get darker and deeper into the woods, you're going to find the land of villains. And of course, all this is really about stealing market from Universal, because Epic Universe just opened and there's other stuff going on there. So very competitive times, for the theme park industry. Once one park releases something awesome and the other park will spend billions of $1 billion plus to open up another section of the park, and this looks really great. Of course, there are sad faces, boo-boo faces all over the internet when this was released today, and of course I jumped into the fray too, because Sorcerer Radio is always posting something about it, and Eric Allen from Sorcom Review on Sorcerer Radio had posted that, he was sad and he viewed it as a little bit of a cash grab and this, that, and the other. And I said, and Dan Barnes too, former Source Radio DJ had chimed in too, of, about this broken storytelling and stuff like that. And I said, it's really difficult, these decisions, to kind of look at where the park is not performing in terms of guest satisfaction, or how much profit is made per square foot of your space, right, is always something to kind of take in consideration. I don't think a lot of people, and I'm one of those people that literally will go into Frontierland and check out the shops and do a couple things, and then we're out of there. I mean, we're lucky we get to go to some of the last performances of the Country Bear Jamboree because we enjoy the show so much, right? But what are you going to do if Splash Mountain's not your bag, if you don't feel like getting totally soaked and wet? What are you going to do? And Big Thunder, you've got so much other area that people just walk through, and they don't even go to Tom Sawyer Island, right? So they don't go to the range. They don't, they're lucky if they even go through the Diamond Horseshoe, right? Just to get an ice cream. So as sad as it is to see, the riverboat going and everything, I can understand why they're doing it. And why not inject some IP? I mean, I'm a little bit more cautiously optimistic about any of these things. I think it's cool. Like, it's never a museum. Walt said it himself, these parks are not museums. They're always meant to grow and evolve. What do you say, Kat, to that?
I think that this is a really interesting way to expand the area. I don't have a problem with this at all. Anyone who says that they're nostalgic over Tom Sawyer's Island is lying. There's nothing there. If you want to go to a park, find a park in your neighborhood. They have them, I promise. I do think that this refocuses the area on younger visitors, which is a problem, I think, right now for them. Both of the main attractions in this area are roller coasters. I don't know if anybody else would call Tiana's Bayou a roller coaster, but it's got a big drop in it. I'm calling it a roller coaster. And if you're under that 40-inch height, there's not much for you to do here.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to bring families into the park, not that I have anything against a Disney adult, okay? I can look in the mirror, pot, kettle, you're both black. I do think that this is the right call. Is it in the right park? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Once it's built, then I'll make a judgment on it. But I think that it's the right direction to skew a little bit younger, but still have that adventurous spirit. Kids love cars. I know everything about cars because of Leo. Leo's obsessed with cars.
Sure.
And I think that there are a lot of kids like him who are looking, or who are willing to be subjected to that experience when they go on these vacations, because those families are trying to make Disney magic. And right now, the only Cars thing that was at Disney, they just took it away in Orlando, the show, because that's all changing or whatever now. And I think I really do think it's going to be successful. If they can deliver on everything they've promised, which we know has been an issue in the past, I think it's going to be really successful. And I think it's going to be beautiful.
I'm with you, Kat. I'm hoping that, and I'm sure Kristen maybe feels the same way. I mean, I don't know, Kristen, you'll talk about it in a second, but just unleash the Imagineering team. Unleash it. Take the kid gloves off, take off the regulators, and just go for broke. Make something amazing in your park that is undeniable. You could have done it with Star Wars and you fell short. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You fell short. You promised, and you did not deliver because, and you couldn't even deliver in phases. Like, we're still waiting for the other part of Star Wars to open, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
And you whiffed it on the hotel, and you could have made the hotel part of that experience, and you didn't do it. So please just make something undeniable. Like Cars Land in DCA is amazing.
Yeah, Cars Land is so successful. And like, when you think about Cars Land as a concept, it's really not that complicated. It really isn't. Route 66, they built all the things that they needed, the attractions, stuff for the kiddos are there, stuff for the adults is there. There's a nice restaurant. There's a place to get snacks. There's a couple places to shop. They have everything, and it's all in like 100-yard stretch. And it looks gorgeous. It's like not complicated. You don't have to overthink it to make something successful.
Yeah. And this is just phase one, gang. So once they do this, then it's Villains Land, and it's like, go for broke, please. Just do it. And I feel like New Fantasyland could have been cooler.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, they fell short. And I think there's a lot of wasted space there still. There's still a lot
Agree.
of wasted space. All right, Kristen, I'm sorry you've been biting
What do you
your
think?
lip, right?
The thing that I really like about the image is I like nature, even though it doesn't necessarily agree with me. I go and I work out in the garden and I've got hives, and that kind of stuff. But I love to be out in nature. And in the picture, there is water, which I really like. And then you also have all those trees. And I thought, that if they can keep all those trees that they're showing in this picture and this water, I think it's gonna be beautiful. And you're gonna be able to have that outdoor being in nature kind of feel with having attractions that are geared towards younger kids, especially boys. Like our son is the same way. He is all about cars of all kinds. I mean, Hot Wheels are his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we go to his store that and he sees them, he's like, I want to get some. I want some. And I'll be like, we have this we called it like a treasure box, but it's more of like a mini store that I've created for the kids.
Of
So they
course.
earn like these gold coins from Chuck E. Cheese.
I love it.
Oh yes, my son kept bringing them home last summer, so we have a whole bunch of them. And so when they do certain things, they get the gold coins, and then they could buy something from the treasure box with it. And he's always like, we need more cars in the treasure box. We need more cars in the treasure box. And I'm like, dude, how many cars do you have already?
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
It's good times.
Leo's favorite thing right now is parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot. He just lines all of his cars up. Parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot.
Yeah.
What car he is obsessed with every time he sees it is the Cybertruck.
No.
Oh my god, I don't
Yeah.
know. He likes unusual looking cars, so if he sees them, like he likes Corvettes. When he sees that, he's like, "That's a cool
Well, it
car."
doesn't
Which,
help. It doesn't
yeah,
help
that
that
is a
Daddy.
cool
It doesn't
car.
help.
Hey, Corvettes is fine. Cybertruck's gotta talk. Corvettes. Yeah.
Okay, the one time he saw this red Cybertruck, and he goes, "I don't like that one."
He jumped
And I
out of there, and I was like, "Son, don't get run over, please."
what?
You remember we were having a burger at that 50s diner, and the
Yeah,
Cybertruck came, and he was like,
that one was purple. I'm telling a story. You're like interrupting my story.
"I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about the same story."
No, you're changing my
Wow,
story.
wow, sorry, I'll shut
We
up.
were driving home from church, and he saw this red one. And so I asked him, I was like, well, what color would yours be? And he goes, mine would be rainbow because people would think it's so fancy.
That's right.
What?
He loves it. He loves it.
I love him. I love him. That's
Big
an
fan.
ally right there. That's an ally.
He's a friend.
Love.
Like, oh my gosh. And he said it very seriously.
Oh yeah, he says
It
it
was
very
just
serious.
funny.
What's your
I
favorite
was
color?
like,
What's your favorite color? Ray?
we're like, that's not a color. You have to pick one of the colors from it. He's
Well,
like, but I like all of them.
yeah,
So
he-
my favorite
he
color
can't
is
choose.
rainbow.
He can't choose.
Yeah.
I support that.
Anyway, well, this will be very interesting to see how it all plays out. I like the stylized Cars Land look, and I like the characters that are in it. And let's face it, the nostalgia for the Wild West really isn't there. They thought they could bring it back, with the Lone Ranger, 20 years ago, and they couldn't do it. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm optimistic about it. It's just another way to kind of bring the IP into the parks that people know, and I suspect that there'll be more Cars related themed films in our future because it's a big franchise. I think there's still a lot of gas left in the car's tank.
Well,
I wouldn't doubt it.
speaking of nostalgia,
Yes.
over at Disneyland for the 70th,
See what
they
you did
have
there.
nostalgic bites
Yeah.
inspired by vintage food.
Vintage food.
Okay,
Sorry.
Kat, what is on the menu?
Well, first and foremost, of course, the Mickey Hat cookie with that traditional Mickey Mouse Club logo. You can get that at the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe and Market House at Disneyland. It's a cookie dipped in chocolate with chocolate decoration, and it utilizes that classic Mickey Mouse Club television series logo.
So cute.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
adorable. I wish it was gluten-free. However, it's not. Next up is the chili cheese corn dog at Corn Dog Castle at Disney California Adventure. It's corn dog chopped with chili, shredded cheddar, and corn chips. Walt's chili, which we're going to talk about next, is one of his most favorite and cherished recipes. It dates back to 1958.
I'll tell you, that looks delicious, but that does not look anything like a corn dog.
Split open and just,
Oh,
yeah.
stuffed. It looks so good.
Yeah. And speaking of stuffed, the WED chili cheese baked potato, which is available at the Troubadour Tavern at Disneyland Park, is again topped with that Waltz chili baked potato, sour cream, cheese, diced onions, and slice of cornbread.
Ooh, that's interesting.
This is a thing that's served in the commissary at the studio, and it's something that I really enjoy. I love Waltz chili. It is gluten-free, in case anyone was wondering. It's delightful. Kristen, tell me about this ridiculous looking pretzel.
It doesn't even look like a pretzel, but this pretzel you can find over near Star Tours. The adventure continues. It is a lemon chiffon pretzel. It is a cream cheese filled pretzel dipped in lemon flavored icing topped with crushed vanilla wafer. I mean, it's covered. It looks delicious though.
That thing looks like a parade float. It's amazing.
It's kind of crazy. There is some new bites inspired by Casa de Fritos. I love this little Frito kid here. It's so funny.
He's somehow the most terrifying thing and also the most endearing thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
So this dates back to 1955. Casa de Fritos was located where Rancho del Zocalo is currently. And of course, it served Mexican cuisine. So there's the fried tamale walking taco.
Please, please.
This is at Rancho del Zocalo. It is fried beef tamale with chili, corn chips, and diced onions with cilantro, shredded cheese, and sour cream. And it looks amazing. Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
this dish is a fusion of two different items that they had at the restaurant. It's the ta cup and the Frito chili pie. So the ta cup was an open-faced taco housed in a fried corn tortilla. So apparently those were both very big hits back in the day. This next one sounds really good. Mocha cream puff, also at Rancho del Zocalo. This cream puff is filled with cinnamon mocha pastry cream topped with chocolate covered corn chips. Oh my gosh. Wow. So this is sweet and savory since you got those corn chips on there. Aljon, the tropical nods to Tahitian Terrace. You want to talk about what they've got for that?
Well, sure. Back in '62, the Tahitian Terrace opened in Adventureland, offering live entertainment of the Royal Tahitian Dancers and a menu inspired by the flavors of the South Seas. So guests who visited the park in those days may remember visiting until midnight and peering over a menu at a parting curtain of water or fiery dancer nearby. To remember this literal hotspot, let's dance on over to Carnation Cafe and Bengal Barbecue for a few delights. Let's take a look at this tropical rum cocktail. Yum. You can find this at Carnation Cafe over at Disneyland. Bacardi, Superior Rum, Myers Rum Original Dark, Pineapple, Orange and Lime Juices, and Grenadine. So raise a glass to Tahitian Terrace with the bright tropical flavors of the classic drink that may remind you of past vacations in the sun. palm swing in the breeze, and cocktail in hand. Let me tell you that if you do remember 1962 and having this drink, good for you. Good for you. Because you have to, I'm thinking if you remember this with cocktails in hand, you're going to be special, and they should really treat you special over there at the Disneyland Resort. Just saying.
I was negative 13 years at that point.
There you go.
Do you want to hear a crazy story?
Please.
Did I tell you guys the story about the parking lot couple? Did I tell you this story?
Oh, please. Let's go.
No.
I don't think I
Let's go.
did. Okay, so I'm at CVS. Yes, this relates to the 1962 comment. I'm at CVS and I'm loading my car, putting my things that I had purchased in my trunk, and this woman almost walks straight into me. And I'm like not in the middle of the street. I'm inside of my own trunk. And I'm like, are you okay? What are you doing? And she looks at me and she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention where I was going. I was looking at your tattoo. And I was like, and if you guys don't know, I have this very large Small World tattoo on my leg. And she was like, is that from Disneyland? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, it's from Small World. And I was like, it is. And she was like, oh my gosh. And she called her husband over. And she's like, Larry, whatever his name was, come look at this girl's tattoo. It's so beautiful, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, we're in town from Mexico City to go to the 70th anniversary.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so wonderful. You guys are going to have a great time. And they were like, yeah, we come to town for all the big anniversaries. So they were there for the 60th. They were there for the 50th. But not only that, they were both 5 years old and they were there on opening day.
Whoa.
Separately, both of them, 5 years old with their families, totally separate. Both of them were there on opening day at Disneyland.
That's amazing.
That's so weird. Yeah.
They were not of drinking age at that time.
When was
Not
I mean,
at 5.
No, not
They
at
would not-
5, and
yeah,
not
and
even
they-
at 1962. But
Yeah, I was going
still,
to say they weren't in drinking age in 62.
still, I just was like, oh my God, that's an amazing story. And that would make me think of it because they were like, we remember going to Disneyland on opening day, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't know what's happening in the CVS parking lot, but I'm here for it. It's great.
Like,
So,
that is an awesome story. That is an awesome story. I love it. The thing that tickles me is the fact that someone from Disney Parks blog would write that copy and that romantic story, maybe not realizing how old someone would have to be in today's year.
Yeah. This couple, they were like 85.
Oh,
They were old. They were old.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, once again, if you remember being of drinking age there at Disneyland with rum in hand, because first of all, they didn't ever have rum drinks there. I mean, only recently are you able to drink alcohol in the Disney park if you weren't in Club 33. By the way, that article about Club 33 is just crazy. Anyway, it popped up this week. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about this. Grilled Haitian ribs at Bengal Barbecue. Once again, yeah, Kristen doesn't know about the whole Club 33 fiasco, but that's interesting. Okay, served with ribs, white rice, and pineapple slaw. It appeared on the original Tahitian Terrace menu, and it's back at Bengal Barbecue. And let's move on to this nostalgic Carnation Cafe Inspirations, of course. Carnation Ice Cream Parlor opened up July 17th of 1955, of course, complete with an ice cream counter where guests could try the latest creamy cool treats right on Main Street, USA. And today, guests can experience a few callbacks to their favorites, both savory and sweet. One of my favorites, beef stroganoff. You can find that at Carnation Cafe. Braised beef, bacon, onions, and mushrooms with egg noodles, which was great. It was available in the 90s on the Carnation Cafe menu, but it's pretty neat. And then,
So, Aljon, why I'm thinking of it,
yeah,
if you were of drinking age in 62, be 84.
yes.
Today.
Yes.
So maybe they were of drinking age. Know your audience, man.
So,
Well, like I said, they better treat them right. They were there opening day. I think those people deserve a little bit.
no. You made the comment about 1962.
Yes.
Yes. So in 1962, if the drinking age was 21, that is, because it could have been 18. Because
Kat
I
looking it
know
up. Sure.
Ohio's drinking age back in the day was 18.
Well, what we can tell you is that you're still will have AARP, and you're probably going to be treated well, I hope.
We're almost AARP.
No, yes, of course we are.
The two A's in AARP is just one long scream.
Where's my Okay. My
Banana
apologies.
split.
My
Oh my
apologies.
lord.
My apologies for that title.
Sorry.
Banana Split at Gibson Girl. We talked about that, and we also talked about the Banana Split churro you can find near Goofy's Sky School over at DCA, which is great. Kat, do you want to take us to something very classic?
Yes.
So I thought the title underneath this image said pirate.
No.
Well,
God.
you're close. I mean,
Close.
there's Skull Rock.
So close.
Well, there's Skull
I
Rock.
either
so
need
So
some
close.
food or some sleep or something.
Both.
Kristen, we're almost done.
We're so close. We're so close.
Almost there.
I won't
I'm
tell
like
any more stupid stories.
I'm like delirious,
No.
like as if I've been drinking and I haven't had a drink.
Kat, if you want to tell another story about a nice young
But I love
couple,
stories.
About all my interactions with elderly people, because those are the people that like me. Elderly people,
Elderly
young
people.
children, and dogs.
You can find Kat at a dog park near you.
Oh God.
She'll
Well,
be playing
okay.
chess.
Speaking
She'll
of
be playing chess.
yes, speaking of dog parks, let's party like it's 1955.
Let's.
So many interesting things have been served in the park in the last 70 years, and not one of those is the Hook Scally tuna melt. It is an open-faced tuna melt. You can get it now at Red Rose Tavern at Disneyland Park. It's fresh tuna salad, topped with Munster herb marinated tomatoes, and served with house-made chips. In August, shortly after Disneyland opened, the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship and restaurant in Fantasyland offered tuna sandwiches. Guests could enjoy both photo opportunities at the ship's wheel, sandwich opportunities inside. You're welcome.
I will say it looks good.
The tuna melt definitely looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Chicken of the Sea pirate ship and restaurant became Captain Hook's Galley in 1969 and closed altogether in 1982. Tuna melt lives on, and hopefully it's as delicious as it looks. The little sword, I hope they really serve it with that little sword because it's a nice touch.
They must. Now, isn't this the same place where Doritos were in?
I don't know.
Okay, because you know the story about Doritos being invented at Disneyland, right?
Yes, I do know that story, but I don't know if it was at this place or somewhere else.
Well, it could have been Rancho del Zocalo. I'm sorry, I'm getting the Disney fans.
It would have been not Rancho del Zocalo.
Well, yes,
it
it would have
was
been.
called, hold on,
Frito something or other.
Yes,
Casa de
Fritos.
Perfect.
Yes, which would have made sense because Frito-Lay owns Doritos, right? So,
yeah.
Anyway, interesting story, but I digress.
What's next? The apple pancake rolls at Riverbell Terrace. It's apple pie topping, walnut streusel, and cinnamon chantilly cream served with bacon or sausage, of course. Pancake roll-ups were a staple on the Pancake House menu when it opened in August of 1955. These are close double to those that guests snacked on 70 years ago when Disneyland first opened.
Wow.
So good.
Kristen, this next image, I'm not really sure what's happening. It looks absolutely banana balls
Crazy.
bonkers, but I love it.
Looks like a
Totally
cruise ship.
tubular.
You know what it is. It's
Videopolis. Tell us about the fantastic 80s and what they're bringing to us. Tomorrowland.
Oh my. So the 80s is going to bring us what is called Dancing Shimmering Lights. You can get this at Troubadour Tavern. It is a sweet berry lemonade with blackberry topper and colorful sanding sugar. It looks very good. So this vivid concoction was inspired by Videopolis. It was a high-tech area where guests were able to dance the night away in the 80s and 90s. So just with each sip, reflect on your dance moves and hair choices back then and let us know if you've seen any improvement over the years. Hey, I still have my 80s and 90s dance move.
So
Truly.
Rain Blanken.
Those I can do like without having to think about it.
Rain Blanken is the editorial optimization manager who wrote this, and I think maybe Rain may have used AI to help punch up the script a little bit because it sounds like It sounds like ChatGPT helped her out.
Oh my gosh.
Right, Kat? Am I right? Am I right?
Yes. Something is happening. Something is currently happening. Something is happening. This is breaking news. I'm going to call it breaking news. Disneyland Resort has just confirmed a brand new Esplanade, parking structure, transportation hub, location details for the new Coco-themed attraction and Avatar experience.
What? What?
This just happened like 40 minutes ago while we were recording.
Okay.
Coco will be built near Paradise Gardens Park and Pixar Pier in areas that are predominantly backstage. Construction of this attraction is set to begin this fall.
Wow.
Additionally, we're looking forward to transforming a portion of the current Hollywood backlot area into our Avatar destination in Disney California Adventure. To make way for this new experience, Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue will permanently close in early 2026.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, we knew something was going to happen. And by the way, I just found photos of everything here. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers.
So the new transportation hub is going... Hold on, let me find it
That
again.
looks cool.
A portion of what is currently the Manchester Cast parking lot, this area will provide approximately 6,000 parking spaces, shuttle and rideshare areas, security screenings, and dedicated access for traffic off Disney Way, improving parking and traffic flow. As you can see, this new parking and transportation hub will feature a pedestrian bridge over Harbor Boulevard, leading to an all-new Esplanade arrival experience. This pedestrian bridge will also provide convenient public access to and from Harbor Boulevard.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's
This is
really
crazy.
nice. That is a huge expansion. Well, once again, if it wasn't
Sorry
for...
that I
No,
derailed us one last time.
derailed you. Hey,
The images look pretty.
It's
well,
crazy.
we knew that something big was going to happen, and now they have it. And look, Avatar experiences, locations detailed right here in the same release, Kat.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
I'm interested to see that Hollywood backlot area is very visible from the current Esplanade and from the monorail. So I'm interested to see if they're even going to try and camouflage this giant thing that they've been advertising or not.
Yeah.
Because if they build that circle thing, it's going to be up in the air. Like, you're not going to be able to hide that.
No. Interesting. Well, okay.
Wow.
Well, that's that for... How about that? Thank you for that breaking news.
Sorry I derailed us again. I really would love to talk about French fries.
Gosh,
I just
no.
was like, I got that. It popped up in my news and I was like, what in the heck is this?
No, I'm glad you did. We had that breaking news. Too bad I didn't have my breaking news sounder ready, but...
Beep, 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 beep.
Breaking news! Okay.
Anyway.
We're rounding the end, gang. Thank goodness.
Yes.
What a show. Okay.
Okay. Back to retro treats. We talked about the dancing shimmering lights. Now it is on to Space Place cottage fries at Galactic Grill. These fries are tossed in Parmesan butter and parsley, served with a house-made ranch.
That's so good.
These cottage fries take you back to the Space Place restaurant that was in Tomorrowland from 1977 to 1996, where they served futuristic side dishes. Last but not least is the cowboy fries. These you can get over at the Golden Horseshoe. There's fries with nacho cheese, sauteed ground beef, burger sauce, and butter pickles. So Frontierland restaurants used to offer hamburgers in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. So this is a nod to those burgers that no longer are around. So this is why you have the fries topped with all the burger toppings. So all of that sounds very delicious to me.
Awesome.
I'm in.
Man, Kat, your neck of the woods has a lot of really cool things going for it.
There's so
Yes,
much
it does.
happening. There's so much happening at Disneyland.
Well,
And I haven't had a day off in like 3 months, so I haven't been able to go.
I hope...
Sorry,
Wow.
that's
I hope,
another tangent we don't need to go on.
Well, I hope you're able to go at some point. I hope that you and I can meet up next week when I'm in LA. I'm hoping.
Yeah, are you coming for real?
Coming for real. Got my flight booked.
Yeah!
and I am coming in. So hopefully we'll be able to meet up or, maybe have dinner or whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
But it should be
We'll
really
take
cool.
this offline and plan.
Yeah, it'll be cool. And then hopefully I'll be back again in January.
Yes, if I make it to January, I'll be here.
I don't know if Kristen's going to make it to January if I leave. I think she may have to take the kids with her, and then we'll all have to be together.
Yes, you should all come.
We'll have a big road trip. It'll be getting on the family truckster, just like the Griswolds.
Oh my, that would be a long drive.
A long drive, y'all. Anyway, hey gang, we've come to the end of the show. Hey.
We did it.
Thank you guys so much for listening or watching if you're doing that on Spotify. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and continue to give us those reviews as it does help us so much. Aljon, where can they find us?
Well, you can find us on all the socials, but more importantly, you can find us on Facebook. That's where we're most active. Check out facebook.com/Dining at Disney podcast. And you can also check us out on Instagram. We've got a huge amount of shows there as well at diningatdisney.com. So please check out the show archive. Be sure to join our Facebook group as well as our Facebook page. So like us, join the Facebook group, Dining at Disney. Answer a couple questions about your favorite Disney restaurants, and bam, you're there. And you can interact with a group of family and friends that love the Disney parks, that love Disney food. You can also check out our other fellow Disney foodies. They're at Sorcerer Radio's Disney Fun Zone on Facebook. And of course, Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com. Download their wonderful app. It's free. Experience the park music like never before. You can also check out our friends there, the Disney Dorks, also on Facebook. If you can't get enough of the Disney talk and discussion, they're fully vibrant. They're fun people at the Disney Dorks on Facebook. You can also find me, Aljon Go, at Aljon Go, ALJONGO, on Instagram. And you can check out my other podcast with former Disney creative and world-renowned author Dave Bossert. It's called Skull Rock Podcast. We talk about food. Where we talk about pop culture, as well as animation and Imagineering. And we have Imagineers and filmmakers that talk to us all the time about stuff. We have ongoing series of interviews coming out with all kinds of people. I don't even know. We have tons of people on the show. Kevin Lima, yes. Enjoy interviews with Kevin Lima that are going to be coming up. Of course, Kevin Lima is one of the directors and I believe a contributor and writer for Enchanted. Kevin's worked on, of course, a Goofy movie as well as some other stuff. So he's done it all. Listen to that there at Skull Rock Podcast.
You can find me on Instagram at catastrophe at CAT_ASTROPHE. If you want to support the show, and we hope you do, consider donating wherever you watch or listen. You can also shop our links: Amazon, Disney Store, Kingdom Strollers, Garden Grocer, and Stitch in Time. Stitch in Time offers t-shirts, tote bags, magnets, and anything you might want for your Disney trip. You can shop Stitch in Time with promo code Dining at Disney to save 10% off your entire order. These can be found at diningatdisney.com. Of course, links are in the show notes below. Thank you again for joining us this week. Until next time, I've been Kat. That's been Kristen and Aljon. Bon appetit.